I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto. Where once the darkness took a firm grip on your reality, you find yourself shifting and stirring, rubbing your eyes and opening them to a potent display of color. 1,000 eyes looking back at you, asking you this very simple question: do you want to see? Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you guys so much for joining me here and welcome to my table. If you're new here, hello, my name is Zachary. It's nice to meet you. If you're returning, it's good to see you guys again. Pull up a chair, my friends. I did save you a seat. So let's get into this message, you guys. It's been almost a week here since the last message, and it was quite a powerful one. All of the messages that came through in channeling, the cards as well, it was so much fun to do. And as I am in this process of still healing here from surgery, I know I've needed to take a little bit of time off here. So thank you all for your patience and love and support. I am ready to give you this next message, and it seems to be connected to the past one in a beautiful way. So let's get into it. Couple messages that did come through here in channeling. So the first thing I was told or shown were these two powerful forces that are coming together, that are wanting to come together. Along with this message coming through, I was given the elective sign. So a sign being given, the election or the elective nature of this is our choice. I'm being shown or given, do you want to see? Do you want to see? As you're asking for a sign here, and this feels very much like someone's asking for a sign. This is an answer to this question or this quest that's being put forward here. Do you want to see? Are you asking this question? Are you asking for a sign in hopes that you'll see what it is that you want to see? Or are you ready to see what it is that you need to see? Is what's coming forward here. And I feel like these two powerful forces coming together are possibly this difference between what it is you're wanting to see versus what it is that is actually there. So you've asked for a sign, but do you actually want to see it? There are a couple of cards that came through here in the beginning here. I pulled a couple of alchemy cards, wild unknown alchemy cards here. So I want to go over these real quick. And I love the color of this too here. I'm going to keep my notebook up here because there's a couple of notes on the cards here. So synchronicity is the first one that came through, and then the peacock's tail. So to start, as you can see here, the difference between this black and white and this beautiful color, I was just like, oh my God. love to see this contradiction, I guess, or the difference between this black and white and color. The last collective reading that I did, and I'll post a playlist to the collective reading, so you can go right to that if you guys want to. But it started off in this colors fading into darkness. I was left alone. It was this message of needing to wake up. Time's up. It's time to wake up to what's going on, what is or what isn't going on. So as we're fading into this darkness here, we're coming back with this message to a bright display of beautiful colors, the full spectrum of everything. So with synchronicity here to start, show the camera here. So synchronicity, unus mundus, source, destiny, and the miraculous message is the way the book puts it. Love this. Okay. So as we're asking for a sign here, there's also a miraculous message that is attached to, well, this message, or this message in and of itself is a miraculous one. We are not alone in our queries or our journeys. There's a reminder here that the things that we're asking for answers to, what it is we're participating in on our journey currently, we are not alone. We're not the only ones that are in that spot in life. All that has or can be done has been done or will be done, right? The unus mundus. It's all happening at the same time, or all has happened at the same time. This is both the beginning and the ending point of the journey of the alchemist. So what you notice matters, and the miracle awaits. As we're talking about opening our eyes, do you want to see? Do you want to see what's coming forward? Do you want to see the truth in something? This is double dog daring you, right? It's asking you even further. Are you sure you're ready to see exactly what you notice matters? What you put your focus towards is what you will see. So I feel like there is a little bit of a bias message that's coming through on this, caution towards that. If you truly want to see what you're asking for, there is a need to open yourself up to the full spectrum of vision. So that moves us into the peacock's tail. I love this already, you guys. Full vision, the spectrum, and inclusivity. From single to multi-perspective is the way that the book puts this. 1,000 eyes. This is where this comes from. Using or being able to see through 1,000 eyes, seeing these new perspectives that maybe we didn't have access to previously. To bring as much color in as you can. Discarding black and white thinking. Discarding black and white thinking and allowing the full spectrum of colors to unfold. So like I said, connecting this to the last collective message, I love this. It seems to be such a perfect connection. We're moving back into color, or maybe for the first time. I see very much that like Wizard of Oz. We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. Moving into Technicolor vision. Maybe we live a life where there is color, but there's a whole other level of color or truth or perspective that's available that we can perceive as long as we're ready to perceive it, as long as we want to. It's about what we want to see. So let's move forward a little further. 555 on the timer, because of course, major change coming forward. What else do we have here for this message here, please, for the collective? The mentor. Oh, I love this, you guys. So the mentor coming forward. This is an energy of when the student is ready. 611 was just on the timer. That is my number personally for being on the right track. So we're on the right track here, you guys. The mentor. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. This could be, you could be playing both roles. You could be, I feel like this is a little bit more as we're talking about the vision. We're talking about us being the student here. There is something coming forward that we're being asked to see, to perceive correctly or fully, to be ready for. But there's a consent. There is a decision that we have to make, elective, okay? We have to elect to see this. It isn't to be forced upon us. The mentor is an individual or an energy that adjusts the flow of the water in the hose so that the student can drink from it without becoming overwhelmed, right? This is where I feel like that elective portion is coming through. You are in control of speaking to this energy of the mentor, the owl here, the energy of the universe, God, source, etc. Telling them when to turn up the pressure, when not to. This is your choice of being ready to see or not. And this isn't a failure if you're not ready to see, but like I said, this message coming through, someone is asking for a specific sign here. This is the specific sign, and the biggest message connected to it so far is, do you want to see? And be honest with yourself. Nobody else is asking, nobody needs this answer from you except for you and God, source, universe, okay? I'm going to pull one from the Talisman Oracle here towards this message, please. Spirit, what else do we have going on here for the collective? Passion. Ooh, love that. So I'm going to read this from the book here. This is a new deck for me still. What comes to mind right away with this card is the imagery of the stag. At the bottom of this deck here, I guess I could have shown you, grounding is standing out to me here too. So as we're talking about perceiving something differently, as there is new information coming forward, there is a need to reestablish our foundation, our grounding. So the stag imagery here, when we're talking about connecting to like a land spirit, for communicating with the land, a lot of the times that will come through as a stag. So this is what's standing out to me here. There is this need to connect with the physical realm that is our earth, that is our birth mother, right? To reestablish a relationship with that. So I'm going to read this here. Allow your passion to rise up. Sometimes we try to suppress our desires to fit the social expectations and norms, but we can use this powerful force to thrive in a personal or professional matter. Our passion for life is immense because it comes from a place of love. This feeling is the ultimate and most powerful energy. Your intent. Oh my gosh, you guys. You are shielded in this dome and, oh, hold up. I think I skipped a page. So part of this message here too, we can't skip a step, right? This feeling is the ultimate and most powerful energy that we can emit. Pardonnez-moi. Be passionate about what you do and believe. Do not carry out decisions based on fear, worry, guilt, or shame. That state of mind can only bring the same type of negative feelings back to you. Choose the best version of yourself and project that passion out into the universe. So, as above, so below, right? Everything that is going on inside of us is reflected out into what we perceive or call reality. As we're talking about this color coming back into the world from the darkness, this is directly connected to your participation, your will, your desire, your passion to see. Like I said, talking to the mentor here, letting them know when you need the flow restricted, when you need it to be increased. There is a level of communication that's being expected right now. If you're not meditating or praying, both go together. One is putting information out, a request. One is listening, right? Both go together. If you're not doing this already, now is a great time to start. However you want to do meditation, it could be in motion, it could be still. That's up to you. I feel like the color that's coming in this full vision with the peacock's tail is directly connected to matters of the heart. I'm drawn back to, well, and this was the, that last reading was a part of the Galactic Royalty reading, and I'm going to put this in the Galactic Royalty reading as well. In the first Galactic Royalty reading that came through, and like I said, there'll be a playlist attached at the end of this, this reading here. It was the quote from Le Petit Prince, the Little Prince, and it's, if I can remember it correctly, it is with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. I think that's what it is. That's what I'm getting from this. As we're talking about perceiving the full spectrum of color here, this is being seen with the heart. These 1,000 eyes, oh my gosh. The 1,000 eyes that are participating in this vision here, this is the multi-dimensional nature of the heart, the portal that is the heart. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I love this. Okay. And with synchronicity here too, I love that, you know, with the message of requesting a sign, the synchronicity coming through. And that black and white of the snakes too, these balancing forces. I want to get into that a little bit more. Let me pull a couple of wild unknown animal cards here, and then we'll move into tarot. So, Spirit, what do we have here with this message, the path? And I am hit 30,000 subscribers, you guys, a moment ago. The contest is going through February here. If you're interested in entering to win one of 2 free readings that I'm giving away to celebrate, there is going to be a link in the description of this video, also as a pinned comment. You put your email address in, it signs you up for the newsletter, and you are entered to be drawn, okay, for one of those readings. So if you want to check that out, feel free. If not, that's okay. But it is something I'm offering as a thank you. So talk to me, please, Spirit, about the path here. What is going on? Can't make this up. Cannot make this up. The golden egg is what comes through here to symbolize the path. What is this? It's the heart chakra, you guys. It's the heart chakra. So we are talking about the vision of the heart, moving from this physical vision to what it is the heart is talking about, is requesting. So this makes sense why there is the election. There is a requirement here to make the decision to see. The heart is not going to force this upon you. The ego may, right? The mind may force something on you to perceive or pay attention to. The heart is not going to. It's going to continue to offer up this as like, hey, this is truth, right? I'm telling you the truth, pay attention. But we can choose to avoid that. We can continue to stay here in this black and white nature. The golden egg being the heart chakra, we're talking about the unstruck sound. So there is something that has yet to be perceived. I love this, you guys. The path we're on right now is one of perceiving what has been imperceivable up until now. Ooh. Okay, so what's blocking this energy, please? What's blocking this energy? The phoenix, you guys. Goodness. The shark, this is standing out to me here as a part of the block. So let's talk about this. The phoenix to start. The phoenix rising, right? This is the root chakra. So as we're talking about grounding, connecting with like a land spirit here, it feels that there is a need to establish a stronger tether to this realm because there are other realms that are becoming perceivable. As this is happening, if your foundation is not structured, right, you're floating off, right? Floating off into somewhere. So This is also the process of the Phoenix rising, moving from the root chakra up into the solar plexus chakra. This is burning through karma too. So on that note, with burning through karmas, the shark standing out to me here, this is something that has been, the shark is circling the waters. There is a form of blood of some sort, something that we're ignoring, something that we're refusing to see. The shark can sense it though. We can ignore it all we want until it's taken care of. The shark will not go away. I feel like this is a part of perception too. What comes to mind is the whole, I think it's like red waters, blue waters in like business. There's that idea in red waters that it's a red waters situation where it's blood for blood. You have to go, you go and you take what you need and you get what you want, and there's only enough for you to get what you need and want. Blue waters is it's not like that. There is enough for everyone, right? There's competition, there's healthy competition, but there's also respect and morals, right? So it feels like there is a need to maybe adjust the way that we are experiencing what we consider to be morally correct or not, how we want to behave versus how we have been behaving. This feels like a bit of a key in burning through that karma to be able to tap into what it is the heart is actually saying. Okay, awesome. Let's get into Ashim. Let's get into tarot here. Where do we want to start, Spirit? Okay, light seers. I do love this deck. So, collectives too, and I didn't mention earlier, Aquarius and Pisces, you guys, I do still have a reading coming forward for you. I didn't get to that last month. I did make a post in my community tab. I am going to skip the other signs this month. I've got Aquarius and Pisces, and I'm going to focus on collective readings. Just as I'm going through my healing journey, it is what I have gotten to a point of understanding I can offer and would like to still offer. So for now, thank you guys so much for your patience. There will be extended readings attached to the community readings too, or collective readings. So channel members, no worries there. I got your back. All right. So let's get into the Spirit. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Can we talk about these forces, please? Can we talk about these forces? What is, we identify these forces here. As Two of Swords comes through. Love that. Two of Swords being two forces that are in opposition. This can be this experience of feeling stuck between two very powerful forces and immovable in that way. Like there's not, we don't see a way through where it is that we feel these two pressurized forces. So I love that. Okay. Light and dark, however you want to look at that. It feels more like I took ownership of this reality because it was pushed on me or it was taught to me. From a young age, we're all sculpted for the first 7 years to be programmed into a human being. And depending on what our society is, the community that is around us dictates and determines what it is that we become programmed to perceive reality in. So this is pointing out to me here that there are two major forces that have been taught as perhaps maybe immovable. You can't make this change. Make that change. You can't change these things. This is the way that life is. That kind of, right? That's kind of what's coming through to me. You've been taught that it is out of your control or ability to even worry yourself with changing the larger forces that are contributing to the greater reality that we're all experiencing. And that's a bunch of horseshit. Okay? This is where the colors that are coming in to show us the truth is that we have had the ability to affect these forces all along. In fact, what I'm getting at, these forces are even potentially imaginary. Interesting. Can you tell me more about this, Two of Swords, please? Six of Cups. Interesting. So this component of the past, nostalgia, looking back to a time where you did have good memories or maybe feeling like the past was better in some way, right? Okay. These two forces, it is the past, it is the future. And we're stuck, we're sandwiched right in between the present. Oh my gosh. These two forces, got it. They're movable, right? We can't change the future, we can't change the past. Kind of. As time is a perception in and of itself, it is a component of the greater colors that are coming through here. What we do in the present moment can affect our future, it can affect our past. What we change, what we heal in the present moment, it does ring through to the future and it does ring through to the past. So with this Two of Swords here, she's got a blindfold on. She's experiencing this situation as if she is out of control. She can't affect anything, the two forces that are coming into her face here, the past and the future. All she can do is try to survive them, right? We're being reminded here that there's a bridge. These cups are making a bridge from the past version of ourselves to the future version of ourselves. And everything that happens in these cups is the present moment as we're experiencing it, and we're able to adjust what's inside of these cups. Like I said, this rings through to the past and the future. I love this. Anything else on that Six of Cups, please? The Star. The Star. Why not? Why not? With this coming through, I do get very much this message of things not being what they seem to be. So we're talking about perception a lot here too. A sign too. This is a sign. As soon as you're ready for the sign is flashing out its warning, right? What has before in the past come through as a message maybe driven by fear, you will recognize you are ready for the sign when it no longer evokes fear. Ooh, I love this. And this is the Age of Aquarius here too, the Star being the Aquarius card. In my collective, the last Galactic Royalty reading here, the Glass Collective reading, there was discussion over like a false prophet too. The false prophet, like I said, we can see this reflected and emulated in our world everywhere around us. It is also an archetype that exists inside of us. The false prophet is a part of who we are too. So that reading was about shifting from listening to that false prophet to listening to something greater, right? I feel like this is trailing on that message too. We're being shown, because it was all about like, look over here, that's the star we want to follow, but it's actually a bug zapper, right? And the owl was an imagery that came through a lot in that reading too. This wise individual or person that we consider to be wise and that has had our back up until now is showing us the way to the best future. We're finding that there may be a dirty, rotten liar, pants on fire. We are learning to carve out a new destiny here. Oh my gosh. Okay, this came through too. The four of wands there too. The tent, the whole experience in the tent. Wizard of Oz was something that came through on that too. Don't look behind the curtain. We're looking behind the curtain to see for certain what we thought we knew. Okay. I feel like this is a part of the knowing when we're ready to make this shift, is when this is no longer evoking fear. So can we talk specifically here, please, Spirit, about the sign? What is the sign? What is the sign? The King of Wands, yes. And the wheel here at the bottom too. So King of Wands, the wheel, first of all, this is something that has been set in motion. I highly encourage you guys to go back and watch that last collective reading, because there is a lot of tie-in to this. There are things that have been set in motion. We don't control the turn of the wheel, but we can absolutely utilize its energy for our betterment or our detriment. We can double down on energy. We can learn from energy that's coming forward here. Karmic lessons are a part of this too. We're reaching a zenith here, the apex of this experience right now. And that was a big part of what came through there in the collective, especially the extended portion of that, talking about what's next, what is going on here, and what's next. So King of Wands coming through, asking about the sign. The sign that you're wanting to receive here is being ready. So when you see the sign, it means that you're ready. When you recognize that it is the sign, this is being a leader. This is being a true leader. This is leading yourself. This is stepping away from that false prophet, right? That arrogance, having that portion of our psyche have a seat, take a seat, and recognizing just how impervious we are to the damage of fire. I love this, as we're talking about passion here too. So the salamander that's on the King of Wands shirt here, this is symbolizing protection from fire. And this deck in particular with the lion there, Simba, remember who you are. This is a time where we are being woken up. Like I said, back to that last collective reading, highly recommend you take a look at it. We are being awoken. We're being activated. We're being shown here what it is that is truly our heart song. What is the signature that's actually coming through and being spoken from our heart space? We're starting to hear and perceive the voice or the energy signature of others' heart spaces too. There have been so many I channel symbols, sacred symbols that come through every once in a while. And in the one of the series there, what was it? Was it the second one? It was the second one, second Galactic Royalty reading. And you can watch them out of order. It's not, you don't need to watch all of them to understand what's going on. So many symbols that came through regarding activating, clearing the space of the heart. I mean, it's like clearing the throat, getting ready to produce the sound that it requires to be produced to connect with those that it needs to connect with. And that's kind of what this has been leading to this whole time, I feel. I love this. We're opening up and letting the colors in. What does this look like here to let the colors in? What does this look like? Seven of Wands. I feel like there's one more here. So as I'm talking, the Emperor, love this. As we're talking about Queen of Pentacles at the bottom too. Choice, back to choice, the elective choice, right? We always have a choice. So the Seven of Wands here to start, as I'm talking about meditation and prayer, they go hand in hand. If you're not making requests and also listening, there's a component of the communication you're not participating in properly. So this is talking about being grounded too. 26 on the timer. That was coming through in the message earlier. I'm feeling like there is a wave here. It is imperceptible to most of us or to a lot of us now, but it will very quickly become perceptible. What the color is symbolizing here, and I love that it's like through the dark forest too. This is something that we can feel even if we can't see it. The heart is constantly picking up on these messages. This is why it's needed to be grounded to reestablish our foundation. If we're not grounded in the way that we need to be as this energy is coming forward, it's going to knock us on our ass, right? And we don't have the time to pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off right now. Not saying that that's a total failure in any way, but in what's coming forward here next, it's important to be ready to go. Ready to go. The Emperor, love this, coming through here as well. This is our power. And having the King of Wands come through too, this is a component of the Emperor. The Emperor is the divine masculine principle. It's also presence. So the divine feminine is intuition, right? The divine masculine is presence, the present moment. We were talking about this here too with the Six of Cups. These two forces that are these ancient forces, the past and the present, the way that we perceive them as humans. Our power is in the present moment. And this is where, like with this Two of Swords, we're hoodwinked or we're lied to in thinking that we don't have an effect on what we consider to be time outside of the present moment. But we do from the present moment. We don't have the ability to affect it in that moment. It all comes from this present moment. So this is a reminder here that our power comes from this present moment. As we're talking about these lights here, it's our energy. It's the full spectrum. Gosh, well, and just like the visible light spectrum, you've got your X-rays and microwaves and all of that. Ultraviolet is not visible to the human eye, but its effect is still there. We still feel it. We can still microwave a potato without seeing the waves, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting in that. There's a need to ground on this because that force is still coming through, even if we can't see it. But there is a quality of that sharpening of vision, of being able to perceive what is coming forward by grounding ourselves firmly in the present moment. Okay. I feel like there's one. I want one of these. Okay. Can we get a little bit more here on the Emperor? Some advice. Woo. Boundaries. Know when to put up and let down your walls. Interesting. Along with the Seven of Wands there. Boundaries. So there is a need to readdress some boundaries here. Maybe we're giving a little bit too much of our power that belongs in the present moment to a future or past event. The reality here as a human being is we can only experience the present moment. This is back to the mentor here too. This is the choice. This is our election. Are you going to call out to the mentor here, God, source, universe, to request a change to that flow to make sure you can keep yourself grounded here? Or are you just letting yourself be barraged? You have a choice here. You have a choice in the matter. And this comes from that communication, right? Ooh, okay. I want to know here. I want to know about this phoenix, this block. Can we look at this block here a little bit more, please, Spirit? What's going on here with this blocked energy? Judgment. Totally. I feel like there's one more here too. So with judgment and Four of Pentacles, awesome. So here's that, the security in our foundation that I'm talking about here. There's that need to ground and get ourselves reestablished here to feel secure as these waves come about us, to let these waves of energy nourish and enhance our experience rather than letting it knock us down. Interesting. This is about resonance, of course. When we are resonating at a specific frequency, no matter what the force that comes through, number one, it's attracted to that resonant frequency, but we're also a part of that frequency already. So it's mitigating something like damage, like I'm getting a blown out speaker or something like that. Lightning striking something, right? If we're grounded, that energy is able to pass through us without causing damage. It does feel like there's something that needs to be released here too, though. Okay, judgment, as we're talking about releasing things too. With the phoenix here being the block, judgment, this is a renewal, a sense of renewal, resurrection, allowing something to change, and not just change, but to completely change form. She's moving from a physical state here to a spiritual state. There is a component, major component of choice. That's a part of the judgment card here as well. We may hear the call. We're hearing that call through the darkness that there's change coming, something is shifting, that there's a sign we're asking for is coming forward, but it's still our choice to follow that call, to move from where there is death to where there is life. Nobody's forcing us to do that. Okay, I feel like there's, I want two here in this. All right. Along with this message here, this is the Starseed Oracle. Ah, I love it. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, and let God in. Totally. And lifting the veil. Oh my goodness. Love this, love this. Like I said, I am going to go into an extended on this, you guys. I want to go in a little bit further, looking at this karma we're burning up. Access to the heart is something that's standing out to me here too. And I'm hearing driven purpose. I want to know what this driven purpose is, what needs to be released here too to be ready for this wave. If you can't make it to the extended, that's okay, you guys. Please know that you received the message you needed to hear. For those of you that feel called to or can access that, feel free. Links will be in the description of the video individually and on the third tier of membership if you want access to them all. So loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. And then lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. Well. Present moment. I'm getting this. As we're talking about this resonant frequency or this flood of information energy that is the color here bursting through the darkness, I'm drawn to the devil in the darkness here being something that is a coping mechanism, something that keeps us chained or connected to this physical realm through things like addiction. That has been coming through a lot, you know. Nobody is demanding perfection anywhere, but to remember, I've said this, you know, the life that we live right now with dopamine, it isn't a matter of if you will get addicted to something, it is when and what. We live in a world that is hyper manufactured to push dopamine production at us. That's just how it is. Being conscious of that is really important. This is a part of gaining your grounding again, remaining protected as this wave comes in. recognizing what your limits are as a human being and recognizing where the superpowers may be, bridging that gap to our spiritual essence. Again, this is found in the present moment, though. There's a need to connect to the present moment here. Anything aligned must go, questioning everything. I love this. Being ready to see, you guys. As you're asking for a sign here, are you ready to see what it is you need to see? That doubt needs to be released of not being ready. You are ready, okay? Ready, you're ready. I'm going to pull a medicine heart here to close this out, and then I'm going to go into the extended, you guys. So last message here for the collective, please. Owls, of course. Owls. Ajayu. I don't know how that's pronounced here, but Ajayu. You may wish you had handled something differently. Embrace the courage for confession in a safe space and allow regret to motivate and inspire your evolution. You have the power to determine how you will experience your life. That power arises through your willingness to learn through your experiences. You can and will find what you need and grow into your fulfillment. Decide to set yourself free. Decide, you guys. This is all about the decision. Ooh, love this. Okay. I'm going to go into an extended, you guys. Like I said, if you want to join me there, links are going to be in the description of the video. If this is where we part, thank you so much for joining me here. And if this reading did resonate with you, please like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Membership is available as well, like I said. And links for PayPal and Cash App are there if you feel called to donate to the channel. I totally appreciate the support as well. Couldn't do this without you. Wouldn't do this without you. So my friends, please take care of yourselves. I will see you all very, very soon. Be well.